So, I think what's my next move going to be? Do I go after Oda or do I go after Shiba? I think probably Oda. The problem with Oda is they have a lot of forts, which can be a problem. What's the current plan in the here and now? Cooking dinner, wasn't paying attention. Find a way of overcoming Ashigaru, whatever they're called. Not Ashigaru, that's the peasants. Ashikaga. Too much Shogun. It's showing. I think for the moment, though, I just need to let money tick up. So how much do I need for this? 74. Noted. I can get a new idea, which is a military idea, but I want to go military tech first of all. Well, alright then. Yeah, Oda has many military ideas. I think it would be better to go after Shiba, so that I can then use Shiba's money and resources to go after Oda. And then once I've taken Oda's stuff, it's just going to be me and Ashikaga, and I'm going to be about 3 times bigger than they are. So despite the Shogun bonuses they get, I'm just going to fight them. There we go, now we're making money again. In fact, I probably, I could build more troops if I wanted to. I thought I quite like this composition, 842. $72, 1 more month. Execute that bailiff. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do debase, execute. Thanks for the free money. If you're allied against all the other daimyos that exist, the shogun can't call them in against you. Interesting. So, in that case, I should probably take a look at this Japan is United event. I still need to own Kyoto, which is owned by them. And I need to have taken out all of the other daimyos, and I cannot become the shogun, so... Okie dokie. Any ideas they have? Not a huge number. Morale of armies, infantry combat, goods produced. Whereas Shiba have construction cost and national manpower, and prestige from land battles. Yeah, I should definitely go after Shiba first, because I can take these two without too much of a problem. I'd like to build a fort here, so I think I'm actually going to get rid of your docks. I have alternate sources for getting manpower. Still 5 years until I can raid again. Oh, sorry, sailors, not manpower. Although I'm actually generating and I'm still under my limit. Interesting. Oh, and I can now core. Boop. Which should give me even more money. It didn't, it gave me less. A look outwards. Our thinkers, taking the cue from the government's relaxed attitude to these things, have started to take an interest in those who are not like us, those who speak a different language or live in another country. Those ideas will help them when it comes to dealing with these people. Rival Shiba. Yeah, eventually. I'm not quite ready to take the plunge, because I don't think my economy is in a good enough position yet. Also, is Shiba allied to Oda? No, they're not. Haha. And I really want to get this fort in Musashi before I do anything. Ito is about to have separatists in Hyuga. Glad I checked that. And also Uswegi. Oh, in Musashi. That's way more important. I have 2 generals. I can have 2 armies. Wait, was it Hugo or Higa? Hugo. And of course they appear at exactly the same moment. Damn. Musashi is going to have separatists. Not a huge amount I can do about that. Bugger. Way more important province too. Ashikaga coming along to stand alongside. Be like, we could get some experience from this. Good ally with Shiba to take Oda out. I'm already allied to both of them. But I've never been able to call either of them into a war, despite the fact that Oda has probably about 40 favours with me. "47, in fact. Boom. So close to Miltech 9. Ashikaga's still on Miltech 7. Oh! Election of the Pirate Republic. How old are you? Oh, I've got 100 Republican tradition regardless. Oh, and you give me trade efficiency. Oh, hell yeah. Re-elect. And military. Boop. Asian Arquebuses. First one with fire damage. They will do less shock damage, but they have resistance to shock, and then they also do fire. Okay, cool. Oda is still on military 8. This would be a really good opportunity to go after Oda. No, I think it does need to be Shiba. I'm gonna go after Shiba, and then I'll use their resources to take down Oda. Oh, right, we have a 5-year truce. Okay. In which case, I'm going to head back over here. You can dock up again. In fact, I might even just turn you off. Just have you mothball. And we'll get the galleys and we'll park you over here. Yeah, that's a better plan. Okay. See you, Sindrin. May as well speed 5 it while we're just waiting for things to happen. We are making money again, which is lovely. We'll start doing some more drilling for a bit. Good to keep the professionalism levels up. Ashikaga is also drilling. These two aren't. So Ashikaga is going to be a much tougher fight than the other guys. Free land Buddhism. In this time of turmoil, an increasing number of people are turning to religion for guidance and safety. Buddhism has existed side by side with Shintoism for a long time, but recently, the number of adherents has been growing quickly. More Buddhist traditions also finding their way into everyday life, the So people. The apparent promise of salvation and social mobility amongst the free land Buddhists is attracting a great number. All over the realm, new temples are opening, funded by the rich and the poor alike. Starts the Iko-Iki incident. This moves me more to open. Iwami becomes local autonomy, but we gain a bunch of base manpower. That's neutral. We gain a stability, we become more isolationists. Iko-Iki become enraged. Favor is inspiring, let us patronize these temples. See you, Octavian. How's the mainland? Oh, China's having problems. Peasant uprisings. I think Korea's lost some territory to Janzhou. Oirat is having a great game. Chagatai are too. How's Ming's mandate looking? Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear. Because they don't have Beijing or Nanjing. Their mandate is terrible, which means they have loads of penalties against them. Interesting. Very interesting. 3 more years, then I can raid them and do some more damage. Free stability. Oh, I'd love to. Pikeman is me, just died. We'll bring in 94th Min. Harima is going to have rebels soon, so we'll head over there. Hopefully they don't spawn this month. No, good. Oh, Leone Dust II, Mog, Mongmoog, and Broadsword, welcome to the channel. Thank you very much for the follows. Growth of the business of ceramics. Chikuzan gains 2 base production, that's cool. Li Zheng's rebellion and the Shun dynasty. We have lost control of the north. The peasant warlord Li Zheng has consolidated a large host of rebels and bandits under his command and seized control of an alarmingly large portion of the empire. Li has declared himself emperor and laid claim to the mandate of heaven. In a proclamation from the capital, Li announces the beginnings of the Shun dynasty and pledges to restore traditional rituals and rule in accordance with heaven. Ming loses 2 stability, loses 10 mandate. Jing Li at 400 becomes ruler, gains a bunch of manpower, lots of ducats, and Shun declares war on Ming. And so it begins. Ming has only 6 mandate, is losing mandate, and is not looking too hot. So who's Shun led by? That's the 400. Ming Zhu leader has a 352, so he's quite a lot better. But Ming has those horrific penalties. Ming's currently struggling with national no, that's not it. National unrest plus 4.3. Manpower minus 43%. Available mercenaries minus 172%. Goods produced minus 43. Fire damage received plus 43. And shock damage received plus 43. Ming is done. Yeah, I agree. Does Shun have its own ideas? That's a good question. Shun has great Shun traditions. Production efficiency plus 10. National manpower plus 25. Humble beginnings. Manpower plus 10. And then the Dashing King. Diplomatic reputation plus 1. Versus Ming, who have fort maintenance minus 20, idea cost minus 10, 9 garrisons the Great Wall, fort defense plus 5, garrison size plus 25, revive the Grand Divisions plus 5 discipline, inward perfection minus 10 stability cost, and production efficiency plus 10. They need to rebalance Ming since they are next to a pirate. No, they really don't. Ming has already been rebalanced. This was the rebalance. The developers have said in their hands-off AI tests, Ming survives untouched a third of the time. I think that's fine. I hated when Ming just never broke. Now they have much more chances of breaking. Plus, remember, I am a player pirate here. So, the amount of pirating damage that I can do is probably far in excess of what an AI pirate would do. Arima's risen up. I'm guessing that my percentage control of Beijing has increased. Yes, it has. Which means I'm stealing more money from them. Alright, battle in Harima. 3.3 morale against my 3.8. Yeah, this was a crushing victory. Ooh, Pretender Red Bulls in Ashikaga. 20,000 of them. Ouch! Sucks to be you. I may as well start drilling again. Yeah, I just realised drilling right next to the rebels, probably not the best plan. Let's stay on EO. Mori rebels likely to rise. Now, do I have any other... Yes, I do. Boop, 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 boop. That got rid of a bunch of autonomy, so that should also translate into a bunch more money when the replenishment is done. There it is. Plus 1.4. Is piracy a viable strategy, or is it more in the beginning mid-game thing to get a little of extra income? To an extent. The problem with piracy is it is super duper micro intensive, and that is a problem. Like every 10 years, and only 10 years, can you go out and do the raids. And if there's any other pirates around you, then their raid timers count for you as well. Which is why it's a lot more difficult doing piracy in the Caribbean when a bunch of different pirate republics have spawned. But the pirate republics also get huge bonuses to, for example, ship capture chance and fleet size, which is really where their advantage lies. Pirates are just really good at fighting at sea, and they will steal your ships. And it's not at all rare to see a pirate nation getting stronger during a war just because they're stealing the ships of their opponents. But raiding definitely gives you an early hand up, that's for sure. 2.8 ducats profits. Oh, okay. Ah, damn it. Oh, you're next to Suo, which is a fort. It's fine. They can't actually do any damage here. Because of the fort in Suo, this has had no further effect. Nya 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 nya. I just need to wait for my morale to recover. Then I can go and deal with these rebels. Losing innovativeness again. I just can't keep up with this. Who's staying so far ahead? I thought it had to be someone who was adjacent to me. There's a bunch of people with 10 already. Korea has 10 Diplo. That's where the problem lies. So it does need to be a neighbour. And because we're neighbours across the water here, that's when the penalties start. So I need to take out Korea for being too advanced. Squish. Kyoto has just been taken by rebels. So when does my truce with you end? 1520. When can I raid again? That's got to be soon. 1520. Okay, 2 more years. Did they touch Palembang in this? Was such a fun Pirate Republic to play as? No, I don't think they have. I really want a Southeast Asian and Indonesian update. Indonesia already had one. But yeah, Southeast Asia really needs one. Though they also kind of had one. Like Ava got an update. So much stuttering today on Twitch. I don't think it's my end. Well, Ming still has the bigger fleet than Shun do. And Ming are currently attacking Shun. I mean, part of the thing that we do need to look at here, actually, is just how many troops they have. Actually, Shun has 43,000 with 13,000 manpower. Ming has 61,000 with 16,000 manpower. Bearing in mind that Ming can't really take out mercenaries because of their poor mandate, and they basically take double damage. So early on, Ming might have a few advantages, plus so many rebels. So many rebels. Oh, these two are fighting now. Took about 5,000 losses. Another rebel uprising in Chiba, which is Shimusa. Which I'm guessing is here. Yep. An example to us all. As the army is starting to enjoy the fruits of her increased favour, many young officers are looking for opportunities to distinguish themselves. One captain in particular stands out. He even cuts a striking figure. So land maintenance modifier. You know what? Land maintenance modifier is going to be pretty good. We'll go ahead and hire him. We make money, right? Yes, we do. That would be you. And this guy is now 54, so if he dies, then I'll just promote Yoshimoto. In fact, I could probably buy in a Diplo, trade efficiency maybe. We do make 2 profit. We'll buy you. I'll hire you, rather. And we'll make you a 335, or 336 even. Boom. Still level 7. Two more years, Shiba. The tyranny of Captain Yoshiyatsu Irikin. When a pirate captain flies the black flag, he must invoke terror in the hearts of all who lay eyes upon it. But he must also command the respect of his crew, and at least in theory commands the ship with their consent. Captain Yoshiyatsu Irikin of the Owari Maru has gained for themselves a cruel and tyrannical reputation. The punishments they met out for even the most minor and unsubstantiated offences are excessive even by the standards of lawless men. Unrest is growing, and it's only a matter of time before the crew takes matters into their own hands. I would rather say the captain's word is law, rather than lose stability. Because even at 89 Republican tradition, our stability cost is increased by 21%. I hate that modifier, I really do. So we'll do that. Wow, Shun is really taking a lot of damage here. How is Ming fighting back? They should be in no position to do this. And I'm still waiting to get about 100 ducats, by the way, so I can build that second fort in Musashi, or third fort in Musashi. Because I want to make sure that my centres of trade are always protected. Communities of faithful Ikoiki have started growing into small towns around major Buddhist temples in the realm. These cities are not only influential in the spiritual sense, they also command their own defense forces composed of anything from the samurai of low-level landholders to armed farmers and monks. The Ikoiki communes represent a parallel authority not only to the shogunate, but to any daimyo controlling the surrounding lands. One such commune has sprung up around the Temple of Iwami, and while we might be able to benefit from their support, the potent mix of religious fervour, weapons and autonomy poses a threat to the daimyo's authority. So we can undercut it, which makes us more isolationist, gaining unrest but losing autonomy. We can gain 1 base manpower, or 2 manpower, but gain more autonomy, but we also become more open. We want to go like maximum openness, so I'm quite happy to do that. The citizens of Himeji have grown tired of the local influence of the greedy Ashikaga merchants they claim are using unfair advantages to outcompete local businesses. They demand that we step in to limit the influence of the foreign traders in the area and reaffirm the privileges of our own merchants and artisans. Where is this? Harima. This depends very much on what Harima produces. Grain. This is all about the unrest reduction and the trade power then. Also makes Ashikaga like us less. I'm going to send a diplomat to Oda just to keep them on side. Russian's capital, Beijing? Nope. Oh, it's Hanzhong, which is probably under siege? Actually, no, it's not. Oh, come on, Chiba. Rise up. I think he can raid soon. 2020, I thought. 2020. 1520. Although when in 1520 is the other question. January. Oh, in which case, yeah, it's going to be December 1519, because I started here, then go up, and then come back. So probably December. At which point, we'll be in a very good position to build a bunch of things. Also, when does my truce end with you? November 1520. So we have to wait another year. That's fine. There's the uprising. Shamus has been defeated. I mean, the one thing which I am losing is a lot of manpower. We have not been regaining that very quickly at all. Which could pose a bit of a problem against Ashikaga. Because they probably have a lot. Another rebel, Iwami and Suo. That's easy enough to come over to. In fact, I'm going to sit in Aki. And I'm just going to drill. Because if it spawns in either of those, that's fine. Because there's a fort in Suo. The humble foot soldier is sometimes looked down upon by the cavalryman, but he is the backbone of the army. A strong infantry attack can prove as devastating as a cavalry charge. Our infantry is rising to the fact that they are enjoying their day in the sun. Lunamera. Japanese Vikings? Okay, I'm in. Yep, Viking pirate. No, Japanese pirates. I'm enjoying them. They're cool. That's what we call. Oops, it's March already. Whoops, whoops, whoops. Time is passing too quickly. Go and raid. 33 ducats. 6. 29. 1, 2. We can definitely get to the Japan Basin. 1, 2. We can get all the way up to the Sawyer Strait.